Good morning, children. So, I am here to teach you English literature class 7 students. Welcome to the second session of English literature class. So, in the previous session we have learned the poem The Road Not Taken. I have just explained the poem. We did not discuss about the rhyme scheme and all. Okay, we have seen the poetic devices used by the poet in the poem, especially metaphor. We have seen alliteration and all these things we have seen in the previous class. So today you just observe these lines. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and the last word I have underlined there. And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So the first line ends with the word wood. We name it as A. Second word both, a different word, so we call it as B. And the third one could. So wood and could rhymes together, so we can again name it as A. Then next one is stood. Here it is stood. Then could, undergrowth. So we just observe these last words. See, wood, both, stood, could, overgrowth. So we can say wood. So this sound rhymes with this stood. So both A. Both is a different word. So we call it as we name it as B. So could, again same. A. Last one is B. So what is the rhyme scheme of the poem now? It is A, B, A, B. So the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B. So now we have discussed the question answers of the poem. So first question, form of the poem. Choose the correct option. What is the setting of the poem? Two options are there. An autumn day, a winter day. So all of you know it's an autumn day. Second one, why does the poet call the wood yellow wood? Because the leaves are yellow, because the path is painted yellow. The answer is because the leaves are yellow. Third question, how many paths did the poet see in the yellow wood? 3, 2. Answer is 2. Fourth one, the poet says two roads diverged in a yellow wood. The word diverged means branched off, continued on. Answer is branched off. Fifth one, what is the tone of the poet in the first stanza? The first stanza, the poet tone is sorrowful only, not hesitant and thoughtful, because there is two options are there and two choices are there, and which one he wanted to choose. So he was in a dilemma. He was in a sorrowful mood. That only expresses in the first stanza. And answer the questions. B, section B. Where were the two roads? First question. Where were the two roads? Answer. The two roads were in the yellow wood. What is the answer? The two roads were in the yellow wood. Second question. Describe the roads that the poet came across. Describe the roads that the poet came across. The answer is one road was grassy and covered undergrowth. One road was grassy and covered undergrowth. Another road was also grassy and smooth, which had not been used too much. Another road was also grassy and smooth, which had not been used too much. Then the third question, why does the poet feel sorry? Answer, the poet feels sorry because he can't alone travel on both roads at the same time. The poet feels sorry because he can't alone travel on both roads at the same time. Fourth question, what was the poet's dilemma? The poet's dilemma was that he wanted to travel on both roads, but he could choose only one. Okay? The poet's dilemma was that he wanted to travel on both roads, but he could choose only one. Then fifth question, why did the poet look down as far as he could see? Answer, the road diverged into two, and the poet found it difficult to make a choice. So he stood there for a long time, determining which way to continue traveling. Besides, he wanted to see what lies ahead to predict the future. Besides, he wanted to see what lies ahead to predict the future. Next question. Which lines in the poem tell you that both the roads seemed similar that morning? Answer. The lines in the poem tell us that both the roads seemed similar that morning are semicolon, begin with inverted comma, and both that morning equally lay, and both that morning equally lays second line, in leaves no step had trodden black. The first two lines of the third stanza. Okay. The first two lines of the third stanza. Next. Reference to the context. Read the lines from the poem and answer the questions that follow. First one. Then took the other as just as fair and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wandered where? What is the other? Question A. What is the other? What is the other? The other is The other is one of the two roads in front of the poet. The other is one of the two roads in front of the poet. B. Why did the poet take the other? Why did the poet take the other? Answer. The poet took the other. The poet took the other because he thought it had the better claim as it had fresh grass, grown on it, and it was not used much. Got it? The poet took the other because he thought it had the better claim as it had fresh grass grown on it and it was not used much. Next question. How does the poet describe the other? See. The poet describes it as grassy and wounded wear. Next question. Second one. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. What had the poet kept for another day? Question A. What had the poet kept for another day? Answer. The poet kept the first road. For another day. Second one. Why do you think there is an exclamation mark at the end of the first line? Answer. The exclamation mark is used the exclamation mark. So the answer once again you note down. The exclamation mark shows that he regrets his decision, slightly wondering if he will ever get to come back and take the other road. Once again, the exclamation mark shows that He regrets his decision, slightly wondering if he will ever get to come back and take the other road. Next question C. Do you think the poet is doubtful about coming back to the particular spot on his journey? Answer. Yes. Yes. The poet is doubtful about coming back to this particular spot on his journey. Do you think? Yes, I think. Okay. Do you think the question? Yes, I think the poet is doubtful about coming back to this particular spot on his journey. Because the poet knew that after traveling a long distance in a particular path, it is not possible to return and choose another. Yes, comma, I think. Yes, comma, I think the poet is doubtful about coming back to the particular spot on his journey because the poet knew that after traveling a long distance in a particular path, it is not possible to return and choose another. Then third one. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. What would the poet be telling with a sigh? Is it a sigh of relief or a sigh of regret? Answer. The poet would be telling with a sigh that he had to make a difficult choice. He had to make a difficult choice in his life. That is to choose one of the two paths in the woods. In the yellow wood. Okay. It is a sigh of regret in not being able to travel. Regret in not being able to travel on the other road. Once again, the poet would be telling with a sigh that he had to make a difficult choice in his life, that is to choose one of the two paths in the wood. It is a sigh of regret in not being able to travel on the other road. B. What choice did the poet have before him? What choice did the poet make? Answer. The poet had the choice of taking one of the two routes before him. One of the two routes before him. Full stop. He chose the route. He chose the route which was less travelled. He chose the route which was less travelled. Then question number C. Do you think the poet is happy with his decision? Give reasons for your answer. So it can be positive and negative answer. That means it can be yes or no. In the sense, he had chosen a path which was not travelled by many people. So his his choice of taking a risk that helped him to reach his position as a was a famous poet. Okay, so in that field his choice was successful. In another sense, he had a feeling that if he had chosen another path, it can be more better. So like that feeling he had. So both the way we can write. Okay, so here we are going to write. No, the poet is not happy with his decision. Answer, you write. No, the poet is not happy with his decision. His sigh indicates that. Sigh, S-I-G-H. His sigh indicates that. Full stop. He feels that if he had chosen the worn out road, if he had chosen the worn out, W-O-R-N, worn out road, things would have been different for him. Things would have been different for him. Different for him. But the poet is happy in, choosing the less travelled path because taking risk is a part of his nature. Taking risk is a part of his nature. Leading an adventurous life is a part of his nature. Once again I will read the second part of the sentence. But the poet is happy in choosing the less travelled path because taking risk is a part of his nature. Next, two more questions are there. Read between the lines. Answer these questions. What is the mood of the poem? Do you think the poet is reflecting on his decision and is nostalgic for the path he was not able to take? Which lines tells you so? Okay. Answer. What is the mood of the poem? The mood of the poem is nostalgic. The mood of the poem is nostalgic. One more question is there. Do you think the poet is reflecting on his decision? Yes. Yes. While the poem describes two roads in a wood, the poet seems to be reflecting on a time in his life where he had an important decision to make. What is the meaning of nostalgic? Nostalgic meaning? We have a sentimental affection for our ancestral home, our grandparents. When we think about, we have a different kind of feeling. That feeling is called nostalgia. Okay. So a sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past. Okay. Now you may be remembering your childhood with your grandparents, your life with your cousins and all in the village. So when you think about, you have a particular affection to that. Okay, so such feelings are called such feelings we can call as nostalgic. Okay, so here the poet is in a nostalgic mood. So now you have got the answer, I think. Now second question. Do you think the poet is happy with his decision? Give reasons for your answer. Sorry. Second question. Why did the poet take the road less travelled? What is it to tell about the poet? Second question of read between lines. Answer these questions. Last section I am discussing. So why did the poet take the road less travelled? What does it tell about the poet? We have already told. The poet decided to take the road. The poet decided to take the road less travelled because it was more adventurous. It was more adventurous and he wanted to be unique. He wanted to be unique. Okay, now we have discussed almost all the question answers. So you will get the question answer in the website. Later, after 2 or 3 days, you will get the question answer in the website. So now I gave the question answer. You just revise that question answer and I told you to memorize the poem also. So next day I will come. So already we have discussed that rhyme scheme and all. Time to enjoy that poem, imagery and all. I already told what is imagery, symbolism in the poem. All these things we discussed in the previous class. So learn the poem well. We'll learn the next lesson in the next class. Okay. Thank you.